Channels is coming.
Civil Society Forum. Gentlemen of the press, it has become imperative of us, Nigerian Civil Society Forum, to react to recent threats by the NLC, who are known recently to be saboteurs to the growth of the country, to embark on warning strike and subsequently an infinite strike. The NLC TUC, which made the laughable threats in their NEC meeting and conveyed by the national president, Mr. Ajaero, raised lame allegations that Nigerians are hungry and they won't condone it any longer, saying NLC that Nigerian workers have lost hope with, having sold out all their negotiations to governments, since Comrade Adams Oshomole led leadership of the NLC. Granted that Nigerians are going through difficult times at the moment, but the government has given assurance on a daily basis of rallying around the clock to ameliorate this suffering of the Nigerian citizens through concrete palliative strategies with different incentives that have been sabotaged even by some governors, who instead of standing with the people are busy embezzling the palliative meant for the masses. The NLC TUC chapters in the states, as usual, play the toothless bulldog scenario they are known for, and Nigeria continues to experience hardship in the midst of large sums of resources available to the state governors. It is worrisome that the leadership of NLC TUC will abandon the wage negotiation process without reasons and contradictory manner. Tell their members who are waiting for positive results of the negotiations to embark on a strike when the government has not shown any sign of negligence or any form of arm twisting. It is common knowledge that embarking on strike actions has not resolved any problem faced by the Nigerian masses recently. The leadership of the NLC TUC will organize itself to contribute intellectually to the common challenges we have now, rather than sabotaging the system that we have. We all call for the removal of fuel subsidy. In this country, and now that it is here, it is our responsibility to make sure that it has come to stay. Whatever challenges that has accompanied this policy should be collectively resolved by and not frustrate a policy that has seen more revenue in our federation, units, and local governments. The height of this attitude of some state governors who, rather than take advantage of this policy to bring development close to the people, are rather also sabotaging the system by doing nothing, to an extent that some still owe worker salaries and arrears. Barely 24 hours, we watched to the amusement of Nigerians how the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, announced that each governor was given 30 billion to subsidize food items to reduce the effect of hunger in the land. We are yet to see any state government subsidizing to regulate the prices of commodities in the markets yet. We recall how palliative giving in December were distributed among their cronies and never got to the masses as planned by the government. There are also threats by the Fulani nationality movement and the Miyetti Allah to ensure that there is no peace in the country unless they are allowed to take over farms, lands of the cattle to graze. They are resolved to make Nigeria a killing field as long as the people do not surrender their land for them to occupy. We call on the federal government to arrest the situation before it goes out of control. We are aware that the Tinubu administration has persistently told the herdsmen that they are free to acquire land and establish ranches if they want to rear cattle, but they keep insisting that the land belongs to them and that they are cattle routes in Nigeria, hence they must keep grazing openly. These killer herdsmen who bear sophisticated weapons and carry out inferior activities are bent on continually destroying the lives and property in our country and communities, and the federal government must show more concern and call them to order. Even as we speak, this group that has been identified as one of the most dangerous terrorist organizations in the world is still unleashing terror on the people and has never stopped, even for a moment, creating a huge humanitarian crisis in the country after killing thousands of people, destroying properties worth billions of naira, and displacing millions of people from their ancestral homes. In addition, these critical issues we have on our hands are ignored by the leadership of NLC, TUC, and their only option is warning strike. We urge Nigerians to join us who are patriots in this country to holistically assess our situation from all angles and contribute our quota to the development of our dear country, Nigeria. The Nigerian Civil Society Forum therefore wishes to give the NLC, TUC 24 hours to drop the idea of warning strike and come to the round table where patriotic Nigerians are concerned, are doing everything humanly possible to make sure we curb this hunger, stabilize our currency, and secure our people. They may be enjoying the same party of opposition, politicians, and saboteurs now, but that will not be forever. That will not be forever, as they shall be brought to justice sooner than later. As the members of this civil society have always reiterated that there is no room for sabotage. Our country is all that we have, and we must always do our best to make it grow from strength to strength. We do not expect the leadership of NLC TUC to pretend not. We do not expect the leadership of NLC to pretend not to be aware that warning strike won't provide any solution to our present predicaments, but rather satisfy only their ego and cash out from the sponsors and co-travelers. The Nigerian Civil Society Forum also calls on citizens to rise to the occasion as threats such as the one made by NLC and the Fulani groups always come with renewed momentum from the sponsors as they continue their desperation to sabotage the system not to work. We demand the arrest and prosecution of anyone that comes to sabotage the system and make our situation worse. The group has proven time and again that it is responsible in aiding wars by always coming out in defense of those sabotaging our system and frustrating the efforts of governments. Only their prosecution and punishment can assuage the pains they have afflicted on our people. In the meantime, we urge Nigerian people to shun political differences and put aside any kind of sentiments to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, as he stands up to our enemies, fellow legal means to protect our country. We once again say the enemies of Nigeria shall be put to shame in the fullness of time. Labor actions, there are procedures to this. Of course, we know that the government knows the next step to take. As we know that the government led by Tinubu are no novice to labor actions, and they know the right step to take on handling such issues.
I mean, if they continue with the strike after your ultimatum, what will your group do?
We will still come out and still urge them to come to the round table. But of course, we are expecting them that they will sheath their sword and go back to the negotiation table. We are going to start with national anthem. All right, let's just start. We'll spend a lot of time. That was I wanted to use that.
You can take the mic and the mic stand. I better help me off my mic.